what's good? We about to tap into another Doug Exile video. Let's tap in.
Sidney Powell, the Kraken, fights off disbarment in Texas. And this is an update on how's Trump going to win? How are we going to get the election stuff figured out? I have two articles to give you an update. You'll be all up to speed on Trump's plan. It involves hiring an enemy. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. This is where we hang out, encourage each other in a community, and you participate by saying hi in the comments and let us know you're there. This is not a one-way show. We need you. This is from Defending the Republic. Join the fight to preserve the foundation of America. Sidney Powell announced this, and so I read it on Twitter, and I thought I'd report it to you. The important victory for the law itself and for Sidney Powell. The Dallas Court of Appeals has affirmed the Texas State Court's dismissal of the Texas bar's case against Powell. After 3 years of litigation, the Court of Appeals held the bar had no evidence Powell violated any disciplinary rule in filing 4 federal lawsuits in the aftermath of the 2020 election. Sidney Powell, remember, these are the 4 lawsuits that were dismissed, and then they tried to disbar her for it in Texas, and she can still practice law in Texas because this court said, nope, she did nothing wrong. It's important because this is part of the battle of free speech about our elections, and Sidney Powell is one of my who I think of as a pretty good thinker on the subject. So now that we've established her free speech, what's the state of the union on the elections? We're over here at the Hill. Trump campaign planning to deploy 100,000 attorneys, volunteers to monitor vote counts. The Trump campaign and Republican National Committee on Friday said it planned to have more than 100,000 attorneys and volunteers in battleground states to monitor vote counting in November's election. This was led by Laura Trump also. His daughter-in-law has been pushing for this. The campaign announced it would offer training sessions every month on monitoring vote sites and tabulation centers. Poll watchers would be observing and reporting any irregularities, and lawyers would...
Dang, that's crazy, man. They playing one-sided, man. That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy, bro. Hella crazy.
Be prepared to respond to any potential issues. So this is important because it shows that we need our people on the ground. Simply observing things is the one thing that you shed light on stuff, and you just want more eyes on it at all levels to keep this stuff from happening. The announcement, which the campaign and RNC dubbed, quote, the most extensive and monumental election integrity program in the nation's history, unquote, underscores the degree to which former President Trump's fixation on a certain claim, I got to find a way to say this to not get my channel in trouble, that he's working on stuff for his 2024 bid to the White House is how we'll put it. Quote, having the right people to count the ballots is just as important as turning out voters on election day. Republicans are now working together to protect the vote. So every Republicans and Democrats should be for this and ensure a big win in November 5th, Trump said in a statement through his campaign. The campaign and RNC said they plan to focus on ensuring integrity around early voting, election day voting, mail ballot processing. That is, they can go in and make sure they're doing signature checking, post-election audits and recounts and machine testing, which is all very important. We should be involved in every one of those fronts. In addition, each battleground state will operate an individual hotline for poll watchers to report potential issues. So if something goes wrong, you'll be able to find those phone numbers and rat people out. Here's Charlie Spies, who is the RNC's general counsel, and there's some controversy about him.
And those checks and balances are done in a bipartisan way. Any votes can be tracked in terms of what's on the machines, and then you can go back and make sure it wasn't tampered with.
Because he's technically from the enemies.
They saying that stuff is rigged. On CNN, they were saying it was rigged and all that. I mean, but it feel like the election do be kind of like rigged. Like they just, cause I mean that stuff do feel like it be rigged and all. scripted and who they want. Is it, you know what I mean? Like, it don't seem like actually real. Like, you know what I mean?
Camp. President Trump has said that the Republican Party in November needs to be too big to rig, unquote. RNC General Counsel Charlie Spies said in a statement, very weird that we hired this Democrat operative and his name is Charlie Spies. It's actually pronounced Spies, but this is too juicy for the news, too hilarious. Quote, the political team will be working to ensure a huge victory for Republicans at all levels, and RNC Legal is committed to making sure the victory can't be rigged. So who's Charlie Spies? He's one of the good buddies of Mark Elias. Mark Elias is the biggest Democrat voter who I think is a fraud, but he's the one that always says that any kind of limitations to mail-in ballots or vote expansion on the Democrat side is Jim Crow trying to shut out, the wrong kinds of people. And he's hysterical. And Mark Elias has been going all over MSNBC talking about this stuff because he knows that Trump's going to win. He's afraid that Trump's going to win. Anyways, his best buddy used to be Charlie Spies. Both these guys have given Sidney Powell heck, especially Mark Elias, on her good work in the courts. So now Trump hires this guy to help run our side. He's our legal counsel. There's pictures of him buddying up with Ronna McDaniel. Sebastian Gorka's given him flack. Mike Lindell has called a siren on this guy. Steve Bannon has said this is a big mistake on Trump's part. And so, I don't know what's going to happen with this guy, but it sounds like you hire the right lawyer. Who better than a Democrat lawyer who's used to working on their oddball elections and bring them over on our side? I think Trump could be making a wise move. We'll find out on November 5th. Is Charlie Spies going to do good work for the RNC, or did we make a big mistake in having him be our general counsel? Trump campaign and RNC said it will take advantage of efforts around early voting and ballot harvesting where legal.
I kind of feel like they might make a mistake of putting him as the counsel. It kind of feel like it, you know what I mean? It kind of do. You got that milk dug head, boy, a bald-headed head and stuff, boy. You know what I mean?
To keep up with Democrats who use the same programs to bank votes ahead of Election Day. We're taking some of their play room. Trump said about a year ago that we were going to go into mail-in ballots and up the count and do ballot harvesting. Trump said, where legal. That is, if the Democrats do it, the Republicans have to do it. And this could be the most significant change to get Trump votes, because Republicans famously don't like doing mail-in ballots and ballot harvesting. We always wait for Election Day results and we get stomped by Democrats. This could bring in Trump, I think, an easy 5% more votes. That's my opinion on it. We'll have to find out. I'm Doug in exile.
No, he got a valid point. But like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. And I'm out.